Good morning. I was at this amazing art show on Saturday. It's a lady from Iran. The art was so strong and we got to talk. And she told me about Iran, about the oppression and the lack of freedom. And she's got two brothers living there. And then I asked her, so what needs to happen in Iran? And then she said something that almost made me laugh. I had to stop myself, because it wouldn't be polite, right? She said this: we are looking for help from Western governments. Are you getting any? I asked her. No, nothing, she said. But we are hoping for it. And then I asked her, so how many people live in Iran? 90 million. And in Tehran there's 11 million people. And then I suggested to her, I think you people need to deal with it. That's right. No, but because that's the thing, isn't it? If you're looking for politicians in the West to deal with this, maybe some people think that these politicians in the West, they care about this. No. The thing is, they don't want any change in Iran. It's perfect for them. We're talking about the globalists. No. I think this is the main problem of a globalist, totalitarian guy, you know, how to control millions and millions of people. But if they have a religion where people will control each other, well, that's perfect, isn't it? You just need to control the top guys. You know? Sometimes they can't control them, but no, that's all you need to do. If you're a totalitarian, control the top guys and the religion will do the rest for you. You know? People will control each other. That's perfect. An organized religion. Perfect. Right. Or an ideology, of course, which would basically do the same thing. Like communism. That's good. No? So they don't want any change in Iran. Of course not. They will not help. Right. So the people need to deal with it. And I believe this is why they like Islam so much, you know, the globalists. Because it creates this control society for them, you know. I think this is why they want it in other countries too. Like Sweden. We are getting it here in Sweden eventually. You know. And England, I mean UK, France, Belgium, Germany. No, they want it. Canada. They want Islam. And up until that point, before Islam takes over, there's a fight. And that's good too, isn't it? People will fight each other. Right? They will be occupied with this. So the top globalist assholes, they don't have to do anything. People take care of themselves. This is what I believe. Oh. Now, a totally different subject. I was watching this Bill Maher show in the United States, right? From the United States. And there was a guy there, Scott Galloway. This is priceless stuff. I'll post a link to it. So this guy, Scott Galloway, he's a professor. He's working for a New York university. He's in the school board. And he's sitting there in the Bill Maher show, on the Bill Maher show, and just watch the body language if you want to watch it. Right. So this is what he says. I wanted a harsher lockdown policy. And in retrospect, I was wrong. And then he says this. But here's the bottom line, he says. Here's the bottom line. Myself, the CDC, our governor, I think he was there, the governor, in the studio. I don't remember his name, right? But the governor, during this lockdown period, he was right there, I think. Anyway, so he says, myself, CDC, our governor, we were all operating with imperfect information. We were doing our best, okay? He says. And then the audience is applauding. We were doing our best, okay? People applauding. And he says, so let's learn from it. Let's hold each other accountable, but bring a little grace and forgiveness into this shit show, he says. There's so much going on here, right? Shit show, for instance. He's talking about a shit show, right? What is he talking about? He's talking about him getting blamed for what they did, right? He is being held accountable for it. That's the shit show, I think, he's talking about. He doesn't like it, you know. He says, let's hold each other accountable, but he doesn't like this shit show, right? So he doesn't like it really, to be accountable. He hates it, that's what I think. Here's the bottom line. That's another one. The bottom line is that they were doing their best with what they got. You know, that's the bottom line. Well, I don't think that's the bottom line. Because the information was out there and they were acting like idiots. Of course, that's the bottom line. The information was available. But still they did this. See? That's the bottom line, I think. It's talking about grace and forgiveness. So what do you think? I know, I heard some people say, let's forgive. You know. I'm not of this opinion at all. You know, I was thinking, I got this image. So let's say you have a kid in this university, right? And you're there, and they are taking a trip with a bus. And they are all enthusiastic. Everybody should get on board this bus. We are taking a trip, right? And just let's say that you're pretty good with buses and engines. So you look at this bus and you say, there's a problem here. Don't go on this trip, you say. Something might happen to this bus, to the kids. You know, you're warning them about it. And what do they say? What did they say? What did they tell you? They told you to shut up, didn't they? That's right. They called you names and said, just go away. We are taking this trip. And then, the next second, the bus explodes. And you see kids on the ground. There's fire and, you know. And then they come over to you and they say, let's bring some grace and forgiveness into this discussion. Yeah, we can discuss this. Oh, no. Apparently there was something wrong with the bus. You know. So let's talk about it, but you know, let's forgive each other. It's so pathetic. It's ridiculous. Right, I strongly recommend this short clip with Bill Maher and this guy, Scott Galloway. Right. Okay, be good.